Joined now by Wartburg head coach Chris Winter and 3 players. Coach, we'll start with an opening statement from you, your opening thoughts on the game, and then we'll take questions from the media.
So yeah, first thing, obviously we played a heck of a team out there. Lacrosse, man, that was a fight, and that's exactly what everyone expected that game to be, was a 60-minute battle, and give a lot of credit to them for going out there and competing. And like I said, fortunately we came out on top of that thing and get a chance to keep playing. But man, what a game! Super proud of our team for pushing through. There's a lot of challenges today. With the conditions, obviously the team we're playing. Find a way to, play Wartburg football. That's what we've been talking about from the beginning of this week, is going out and competing, playing tough, physical football and being able to run the ball and being able to stop the run. And I think we did that today and, came out on top. And, man, what a game. What a game.
Feels like this team has the sense that they can compete with anybody in the nation right now, Coach. Yeah,
and I think one of the things that started this whole thing was the first day we got together with the senior group, just talking about taking it one day at a time. Then we didn't really care who we were playing and what game was coming up next. It was more about us just doing our thing, one day at a time, working hard, trying to get better every day, and pushing each other. And that's what these guys have continued to do. We haven't looked ahead. We haven't looked back at what we've accomplished. We've just been one day at a time, competing with each other, getting better, and putting ourselves in a position to be successful. And I think that's the approach that we continue to have. And it's a humble approach, and I'm really proud of the guys, our senior group, for setting that tone. That really comes from them, and they've done an awesome job with that.
It feels like in this game particularly, defense was really, the deciding factor. They were absolutely playing in the clutch, but, also the offense being able to exploit those openings that they were given, like that fumble recovery. But one play that kind of stood out in the last 5 seconds of the first half, that Hail Mary by McLaughlin, unfortunately didn't stop the 1-yard line. Was there kind of a sense of wanting to get back as soon as you got possession again and get that touchdown then?
Yeah. So right there before the half, we were thinking about just kind of letting the clock run out. We're going into the wind. Weren't sure exactly what we wanted to do at that point, so we handed the ball off first time, and this guy's out there breaking off 10-yard runs, so kind of got us in a situation where we had a chance to take a shot there, and it was great execution. They called timeout, tried to see how we were set up. We kind of switched what we were going to do. We had a little different design initially, and then switched what we wanted to do, and almost hooked up there, and certainly that would have been a huge play to get some momentum back after they scored before the half. But yeah, the guys came out in the second half. Offensively, you said it was a defensive battle, and, our defense did step up in a number of situations. But I think our offense did a great job today of just moving the football. When you have those conditions, just field position. When you got the wind at your back, you got the wind, you're going into the wind, whichever way you're working, you're always trying to work on putting that offense, when they get the ball back in a tough situation, backed up. And that's what our offense did all day, was chew out yards, find ways to get first downs, possess the ball. And then, man, what a way to finish the game with them staying on the field, grinding that thing out against a super physical, tough defense. I think that says a lot about our offense and their toughness and what we're all about as a football program.
And Hunter Clausen, walk me through that 57-yard run. You just kind of saw your opening there?
Yeah, actually. So it was a lead, and I cut way back. And I just read Tucker Kinney and Alex Lehman's block, and I just saw an opening gap, and I just took it. I was a little afraid. I haven't ran that fast in a while, especially being so cold out here. I kind of stiffened up. I was kind of thinking I was going to get caught from behind. But, it opened up, and tried to just race to the pylon and get into the end zone and get our team some points on the board. So it was pretty cool.
When you talk about the big game today on the defense, you were the leader of that group, probably a number of times. It almost seems like they're going to go home and just dream about number 44 basketball night long. And also, I noticed you were in the offense at the end of the game. Just talk about your day and how fun it was out there.
It was awesome being able to be involved in whatever I can to help the team. On defense, we talk about doing our 1/11th of the job, and what I always preach is I'm just able to fly around and do what I do because every other guy's doing their job. And I know that I can play confidently, go in one direction or the other, because those guys are going to make those guys cut back and do their job. And then going out there on offense, I love to be able to get in front of Turbo and grind out some yards and get some blocks out there to do what we can. And then, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll say a quick word too. Just I don't know, he also punted the ball today, and that was huge. If you saw the field position shifts with him punting, guy does everything for our team right now, certainly. And these two guys. you got the MVPs of the conference sitting next to me and the first team all conference quarterback of our league sitting next to me. So yeah, we've got some pretty special guys sitting here, and they're a big part of what we do.
Was Kevin hurt, or was this just a change you made just for today?
Yeah, so we've been kind of experimenting a little bit with our punt team here in the second half of the season, and they've both been rotating in a little bit in different situations. But we felt like Owen has put us in the best spot possible to, handle the ball, get off a good kick, and it adds a little bit when you have an athlete catching the snap like him. It also keeps the opposing team from attacking you quite as much because there's always that opportunity for him to run. I think the first time we put him out there against Central mid-season, he had the threat of run around the edge, and it's kind of backed some people off. So it's been a good addition to what we've been doing on our punt team, and has really helped change the field. And that guy can punt too there. So between those two guys, field position, I tell you what, we got to do it a little different way. We got a linebacker and a quarterback doing a lot of our punting, but it's been very effective.
Hey, you almost had that one now right there at the goal line. How excited are you to look forward to the next round?
Yeah, just, we're obviously happy to get through this round because that was a really tough game. But, like we said, we're taking it day by day. So we're going to just, learn from this, get what we can out of the game, and move on, get to Tuesday, get our practice in, and, just, again, take it day by day so that we're not, we try to think about it as, we're not just playing a certain team, we're just playing with ourselves. It's just a game. We don't want to make our team hurt. We don't want to get mistakes. Just things like that so that we're really, just pushing forward together as a team, and not worried about who else is coming out there, just going to go put our best self out there.
Oh, and teams from the Wisconsin Athletic Conference have kind of been the nemesis for Wartburg in the past. How big a confidence boost is this, getting this win?
Oh yeah, definitely. The WIAC obviously has some great football teams, and been able to play against some of those teams in the past in 2019 and fall short. So being able to come out and make a statement today about not only our football team but about the American Rivers Conference and what that we're here to play ball too, and at a national level and be able to compete as well as we can. So it's a big confidence boost for us and for the whole conference.
Chris, I know it's always special for the players, but your first play on Punt as a head coach, how special is it for you?
Yeah, certainly very special. And like I said, all the things that have happened this year for our team, the success that we're having right now, has a lot to do with the players, our senior group. We've got 30 seniors between our fourth and fifth year guys, and the tone that's been set within our team, this whole idea of taking it day by day, about competing for each other, about having each other's backs, being a tight-knit group, a family, that's all been from them. And that's the beauty of this thing. I haven't had to really do too much aside from just stay out of the way and let these guys do their thing, let our other coaches do their thing, and I've been getting some credit for it. But like I said, the credit goes to the people that are around me, and certainly I'm so proud of these guys, and what a day to be able to get my first playoff victory. And you mentioned the WIAC thing and the struggles that we've had with that league. I think part of it is we got to bring them into Walston Hoover Stadium. That's been something I've been talking to these guys about all week. They've been making us go up there every year, and we get a chance to bring one of these teams down here and prove what we're all about. And it just is really a special day, I think, for not just for me, but for our program, and like Owen said, for the conference in general.
Now, can you talk about the weather conditions? Because it was just brutal out there.
Yeah, obviously that played a factor. Staying warm wasn't, I don't think, my biggest problem. Just handling the wind, even catching snaps and shotgun, those things were just moving around like a knuckleball quite a bit. So I really had to focus in on those. And, honestly, throwing with the wind was a lot harder than into it. So trying to just protect the ball as much as I could, not trying to force anything or take any chances. Just making sure that, at the end of the play, we still had the ball, we still had possession, and putting our team in a position to keep moving forward and get points out of it.